to DDI Advanced Sales 3.1 and 3.2. In this section, we're going to cover creating a special order item and taking a deposit on a sales order. The first step in creating a special order item is to locate your contact that you want to create the item for. Then, create a new order for your customer by clicking on the New Order button. Now locate the Fast Product button. This will bring up an override. If you see this prompt, you'll need your manager to come over for an override. In the Fast Product screen, you will enter the description. This is the description that will appear on the quote for the customer. Next, identify what product line or department we are going to associate this product to. For this case, we'll choose pesticides. Next, select the vendor. Then, enter the manufacturer's product number. Notice that the status of the item is set to non-stock. There is a drop-down menu here, but we are not allowing access to change a special order item to any other status besides non-stock. Only purchasing will convert these items to actual active items. Next, enter your cost. This cost field will be vendor wholesale cost. Then, enter list price. List price will be the manufacturer's suggested retail price, or MSRP. Then, save. Leaving the field blank will create a system-generated special order item number. Now that you've added the item, we need to fill out the required fields. First, let's select the ship via. For in-store pickups, we'll pick will call. Then, enter your password in the order writer field. Note the product information in the bottom of the screen, showing that this item is a non-stock item and that a purchase order has been requested. Prior to placing the purchase order, our purchasing team will convert this fast product into an active item that will replace the item on this order with the details that you've added. Next, we'll move on to the final screen by hitting Save, Alt-S, or clicking on the Final tab. Notice there is a minimum deposit required of $20. In order to take this deposit, enter the amount tendered. Enter the exact amount by hitting the scales. Then, tender payment. When given the option, choose Deposit. Now you have taken a deposit on the sales order. Now just save and print. Now that you've seen how to create a fast product and take a sales order with a deposit, why don't you pause the video and try on your own. In this section, we'll cover how to retrieve a sales order. There are a number of ways to access a sales order in the system. The easiest path is to locate your customer in the Contact menu. This will bring you to the Customer Ledger screen. Then locate the Orders tab. From the Orders tab, you can view all the orders. There's a drop-down menu to toggle between order types. Right now, we're viewing open orders. Then you can sort those orders by date. You can also view what branch the order was created at, as well as who wrote the order. So preview a status of the order by hovering over the status column. Preview the order by hovering over the order number. To open the order, click on the hyperlink or hit M from the preview. Now that you've seen how to retrieve a sales order, why don't you take a few moments and try on your own. In this section, we're going to review how to pick up a sales order in full. Note that there are two different paths depending on if the customer is a terms customer or not. Like any other order, the first action we'll take is to go to the contact field and search for the customer. In this case, we've pulled up a contact. To navigate from a contact to the customer, click on the customer's name. Now we can view the customer ledger. Here, go to Orders to recall the customer's order. Then click on the order number. Now we can see that there's a back-ordered amount for this customer, and that this customer is a terms customer. To release product to the customer, click the Ship Confirm button. Then, in the Pick By field, make sure that you enter your password. This will associate you with the order being picked. Next, go up to the Quantity to Ship and enter the quantity that's being released to the customer. Note that the back order quantity is now changed to 0. At the bottom, we also have a Back Order All and a Ship All button. Once you've confirmed that you have the proper quantity in the Quantity to Ship field, you may save this ship confirmation. Saving the ship confirmation completes the transaction for the customer and produces an invoice. The invoice will display the quantity ordered, the quantity shipped, and the quantity back ordered. In this case, since the order has been filled completely, there is no back order. We will review a point-of-sale pickup in a later segment of the video. For now, since you've seen how to pick up a full sales order for a terms customer, why don't you pause the video and take some time to practice. In this section, we're going to review how to pick up a partial sales order. The only difference between picking up a partial and full sales order is that you will issue a quantity to ship that is less than the quantity ordered. For a terms customer, in the Ship Confirm window, after entering yourself as the picker, go up to the Quantity to Ship and enter a quantity less than the quantity ordered. Then, save the order to complete the transaction and review the invoice with the customer. Note that on the invoice, the total amount due that will be charged to the customer's terms account is only for the products that have been released to the customer. Upon closing your invoice, you'll see a back order has been spawned, which is essentially a new order that reflects the remaining balance due to this terms customer. You can see the quantity ordered and the quantity back ordered. Now we will review picking up an order for a point-of-sale customer. Once again, the only nuance between picking up full and partial is that the quantity to ship for a partial is less than the quantity ordered, where on a full pickup the quantity to ship is equal to. After recalling a point-of-sale sales order from the Customer Ledger Order tab, review the order, then populate the quantity to ship. The remaining quantities due to the customer will be reflected in the quantity back order. Enter a quantity to ship that equals the amount of product that's being released to the customer at this time, be it the full amount of the back order or a partial amount. Once you enter the quantity, hit the Tab key. Continue to edit the quantity to ship until all items being released to the customer have been added to that column. Once all the items that are being released to the customer have been added to the quantity to ship field, navigate to the final screen by hitting Save, Alt-S, or clicking on the Final tab. Then, note that the order total, in this case for a partial order, is greater than the amount due at this time. That's because we're only picking up part of the order. Next, enter in a tender amount. Finally, hit the tender type, then hit Save and Print. Now that you've seen how to pick up items on a point-of-sale sales order, why don't you pause the video and practice on your own. In this section, we're going to cover how to cancel a sales order. In order to cancel a sales order, first retrieve the order from the Customer Ledger in the Orders tab, then select the order you'd like to cancel. Only orders with open back orders will be canceled. Once your order opens, select the line item you'd like to edit the back order quantity to. Then, change the back order quantity to 0. Eliminating the back order quantity while leaving the quantity ordered intact will allow our demand forecasting to know that we missed a sale. If the customer is a terms customer, click the point of sale checkbox. Then, Enter 0 into the dollar amount tendered and select the cash tender type. Then save the order. Note that in the top right hand of the screen upon saving, the order will show completed. Now that you've seen how to cancel a sales order, why don't you pause the video and practice on your own. In this section, we'll cover how to cancel a sales order with a deposit and take a restock fee. We've configured our system to require a deposit for all non-stock items. In the product information screen, you will see a non-stock notification. This means we need to collect a deposit. To calculate the amount that we need to collect, note the extended price and then multiply it by 0.2 to calculate our 20% restock fee. Then hide your calculator and save it until we get to the final tab. Next, go into the quantity backordered and edit that quantity to 0. Once again, editing a quantity backordered to 0 while leaving the quantity ordered at 1 will allow our demand to pick up a missed sale. To add the restock fee to the order, go to the miscellaneous charge line and select the drop-down box. Then add a miscellaneous charge. The code will be RF for restock fee. Then enter the amount that was calculated earlier. This should be 20% of the canceled special order or non-stock item. Do not check the tax box. For Terms customers, to complete this transaction, click the Create Invoice button. For point-of-sale customers, tender a $0 amount. Both will move the transaction into a completed status. Reviewing an invoice with your customer will show a 0 line item transaction with a restock fee listed and that amount as the total due. Now that you've seen how to cancel an order and take a restock fee, why don't you pause the video and try on your own.